and they need to go home.
Okay, the army should go home. Afghanistan is not terrorist. Afghan did nothing. This 80 year Bush attacked to Afghanistan. Find one Afghan if he's a terrorist. He attacked on the foreign countries. No one from Afghanistan. Your problem in the Middle East, not Afghanistan. Please go home. Don't kill Afghan people. Below every day, you're bombing Afghan people, killing Afghan people, torturing Afghan people. 41 country has army every day bombing in Afghan people, innocent people. No one did anything to United States. Afghan make United States empire. Afghan defeat Russia. No, there's no way. Find one Afghan is a terrorist or hijacker. I'm responsible. My name is Muhammad Nadir Shahalemi. Afghan has a beard, he's a terrorist. Afghan has a hat like me, he's a terrorist. They're in the home. Marja, that's United, 15,000 army attacked Marja. The population of this village is 5,000. The population of this village is 5,000. 15,000 army went over and killing people, torturing people that have no plumbing, that cannot go to bathroom. As soon as they go to bathroom, the sniper shoot them. This is my old message. Please go home. Leave Afghan alone. You're not peace maker. You're the problem. You are the problem. Army of the foreign in Afghanistan the problem. Afghanistan is a lovely country, never attacked any country. Your army may destroy China, Russia, Iran, and ISI of Pakistan. They not benefit. War in Afghanistan not benefit the United States. Benefit enemy of United States and destroyed United States in Afghanistan. Why American children get killed for nothing? Why Afghan people get killed for nothing? Please go home.
Escalation and continue to put the Arab and Muslim community in this country under siege, under fear, and to continue to have the Arab world and Islamic world a killing field for the war machine. It's time to stop the war machine and bring the troops home. Thank you.
Get their country win? That the U.S. help our Haitian brothers and sisters rebuild their country with dignity. When? We want our tax money not to be used for the military. We want it to be used for public health, right? We want it to be used for education, right? We want it to be used to help people get jobs, right? We want it to be used to help people save their homes, right? Brothers and shoulder and shoulder, we intend to do our part. Two other things I want to bring to your attention. While this is the 7th year to commemorate the U.S. invasion of Iraq, it's also the 10th year to commemorate the arrest of one of the greatest civil rights leaders in this country, a man who walked and worked with Dr. Martin Luther King, with Malcolm X, with Fannie Lou Hamer, with Kwame Ture. His name was H. Rap Brown. His name now is Imam Jamil El-Amin, and he is in prison about genocide in Sudan for the same reason, to go in there and steal the oil. So I'm asking you to be aware of this Machiavellian maneuver taking place and to raise your voices, because Africa doesn't need any more countries. It needs a United States of Africa. It needs a strong African Union. So again, I just want you to know we love you. Your Muslim brothers and sisters love you. The WPFW family loves you. How many of you listen to WPFW? And I have no doubt, brothers and sisters, together we will absolutely win. The struggle continues.
The Japanese that took Japan into World War II. It is up to each
each of us, to you, and you, and you, and me, to be sugar in the gas tanks, to be sand in the gears of the war machine. Only we can stop the madness. Our country spends more, increased the bloated Pentagon budget. Obama isn't ending the war in Iraq. He's keeping 50,000 soldiers there and who knows how many mercenaries. He's not ending the war in Afghanistan.
Bring them back!
He's escalating it. My field is Latin America. The hope of the world lies in what's happening in Venezuela, in Bolivia, building real democracy. But the Pentagon, the State Department, the corporations, and yes, the President are not going to allow that to happen without a fight. They're building 7 new military bases in Colombia, 4 in Panama. They're still training soldiers at the School of the Americas. They've recommissioned the 4th Fleet, which was mothballed for 50 years. Iraq is important. Afghanistan is important. And by God, Latin America is crucial to our own freedom. It's time to stop being polite. It's time for every one of us to stop cooperating with the war machine. We need a movement of massive non-cooperation. We need to shut it down in the schools. We need to shut it down in the factories. We need to shut it down in our cities and towns. We need to shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down.
Regard for the law. How are the people to respond? History has shown that when we take to the streets like today, again and again, we can stir the public conscience to act on the side of justice, to stand up and demand that our leadership be held accountable. We are faced with a singular challenge today, a reawakening of a passive public to the atrocities that are now synonymous with the words U.S. government. Secret detentions, extraordinary renditions, waterboarding, secret evidence, torture, murder. With the doctrine of sovereign immunity, we have seen its extension to all government officials and the creation of a two-tiered society. Those above the law and those under the law. Those of us who still cherish that rule of law in this country have a duty to fight for its restoration. As a world superpower, this country wields major influence on other countries. And now the Obama administration have imperiled our civil liberties and those of others around the world by waging illegal and immoral invasions on Iraq and Afghanistan. The United States serves as a lawless yet powerful role model to other countries and as an obstructionist force in the future of international cooperation. We must continue to ignite the hearts and minds of Americans. We must not let them forget the unparalleled outrage they felt years ago at seeing those images of Abu Ghraib. We must not let them slip back into complacency as our government wages flagrant abuses on thousands of innocents, all in the name of empire. We must not let this government depersonalize the war crimes we perpetrate daily that benefit big business, but that robs us of jobs, homes, and food. For as long as we allow a campaign of disinformation to continue, we remain complicit in the deliberate horrors perpetrated in the name of empire.
And first, to introduce these powerful high school students that came from New York City, I want to introduce Karina Garcia, a teacher from the Facing History School in New York City.
And
and the potential for our growing movement. Please welcome Stephanie Diaz.
Facing history. They said to go back. In November, my classmates and I created a PowerPoint presentation on where we highlighted the amount of money that our country, on an entire country, you're not only just killing terrorists, you're killing innocent families, men, women, and children. That's right. That's right. That our government spends over $700 million a day on this criminal war at the expense of our public education, at the expense of health care, and at the expense of our communities. Because when the Congress decides that they want to go to war, they do not sign up their children. No. They do not sign up themselves. They prey on the poor and hardworking class youth who are just looking for decent jobs and a promise of education. They prey on students like me to fight their war. Well, I have something to say to them. Go fight your own war. Our sisters and brothers who are in Iraq, and if you're too weak or too greedy to listen to the people who voted you into office, then maybe you should find another job. Money for jobs and education, not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education, not for war and occupation. Money for jobs and education, not for war and occupation. El pueblo está presente. Se siente. El pueblo está presente. Thank you.
From millions of Iraqi workers who have organized into unions and who is working closely with U.S. labor against the war. We have sent delegations to Iraq. We have brought Iraqi workers across this land multiple times to meet face-to-face with U.S. workers. Perhaps the most telling sign of the occupation was that Tsar Bremer, soon after the occupation, when he eliminated every single law on the books of the country of Iraq, he kept one, and that was Saddam Hussein's law denying workers the right to organize, and to this day that law is on the books of Iraqi legal system. But Iraqi unions have continued to organize despite this law. They have endured violence, raid, arrest, seizing of their offices, both by the Iraqi authorities and the U.S. authorities. But teachers, hotel workers, oil workers, dock workers, factory workers in Iraq have organized. We're in regular touch with them. They are progressive. They are secular. They are against oil nationalization. They are against the oil stealing. They are against privatization. They are a powerful force for the future of Iraq, and we all have to support them. They are inspiring, and they're just like us. They get up every morning and they try to go to work if they can have a job to support their families. If you want to help them, you can go to U.S. Labor Against War, www.US Labor Against War, and find out more about it. U.S. Labor Against the War is now turning our attention to moving the U.S. labor movement to oppose the war in Afghanistan and return the billions and billions of dollars being misspent so that we can have jobs, we can have education, we can have health care. Thank you very much.
Next I want to bring up a strong figure in the local movement for peace and justice, Kevin Zeese from Voters for Peace.